I'm going to do a quick demo on Fabric8.io. Who's heard of Fabric8? Raise your hand. A handful of people. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Fabric8 is a set of microservices that run on top of Kubernetes that allow developers to build microservices. And there's a lot of different sub-projects inside of Fabric8, from the CI/CD implementation to the Java developer tooling to function. Craig, wherever Craig is, he asked about serverless and Lambda on top of Kubernetes. Function with a K. So let's get started. Are there any Java folks in here? I know that's kind of weird to ask. A couple? Damn. All right. Well, so we focus a lot on enterprise users building microservices on top of Kubernetes. So I know it's not hipster, but I'm going to show the Java microservices workflow and building that and using Kubernetes to deploy our apps. So I'm going to completely rip off some of the work that's been done by Tim Hawken and some others in the Kubernetes community, and I'm going to use this amazing self-typing script. So in this case, we're going to build or create a new Spring Boot application. Has anybody heard of Spring Boot? I know you're not Java app developers, but just bear with me a couple. All right. So we're going to create a new Spring Boot application here. I'm going to extract it. We're going to start at the very beginning because we're focusing on the developer experience and some of the stuff Brendan touched on. We're going to go into the microservices, into the directory here. We're going to add some functionality. We're just going to add a REST endpoint. It's going to be pretty simple here. Open it up in our IDE. If it comes up, maybe it doesn't come up. Maybe it did. We'll check it in a second. Okay, so we're gonna build it and run it locally. So there's nothing that interesting going on here. Just making sure that the application actually runs. Since I can't actually type, I'm just going to skip it and keep going. Now we're going to do the magic. Now we're going to add a Maven plugin to our project that allows us to quickly build. So Joe was talking about having to hand build those Kubernetes resource files, those YAML files or OpenShift YAML files. We don't want to mess around with that. We just added the Kubernetes or the Fabric8 Maven plugin here, and the Fabric8 Maven plugin is going to do all that stuff for us. So now we're going to do Maven clean install. That's going to build it. It's going to actually build a Docker image for us. We haven't had to configure anything here. I'm logged into a Kubernetes. It's OpenShift. OpenShift is awesome. And it's going to do a Docker build for us automatically. The Maven plugin just figures that stuff out. And then it's going to actually build the Kubernetes YAML file for us. It'll plug in the liveness probes and the readiness probes because it knows we're using Spring Boot. We included the actuator in it. It knows exactly where those health probes are. And then we're going to do, we're going to look at the Docker images. We can see it built the Docker image. And then we're going to do Fabric8 run, Maven Fabric8 run, just like we would do Tomcat run or Jetty run or Spring Boot run or any of those, but it's going to actually run inside of Kubernetes. So to the Java developer, it looks like Kubernetes is just another application server, except it's way better than an application server, obviously, it's Kubernetes. So now we're going to run it, and we're going to actually tail the logs, and it's just going to feel, the developer experience is going to feel just like it was, like you were running locally. And you may run it locally on Minikube or Minishift or OC Cluster Up or whatever, Vagrant. Hopefully not VirtualBox, but whatever. So it looks like it's up, and did I run out of time? I can keep going. I'll give you one. Bye. Okay, so we have the app actually up. We're going to do something really cool here. We're going to actually do a remote debug into our app, and we're just going to use the Fabric8 Maven plugin. So we do Kubernetes demos. We're going to go to Spring Boot stuff, simple hello world, see where our project is, and we're going to do Maven Fabric8 debug. So just by typing Maven Fabric8 debug, we're going to go in there. The Maven plugin is going to actually update the deployment resource to expose the remote debugging ports and actually do the port forwarding for us automatically. So after we run it, we'll watch it. We'll give it a second. Sometimes it's a little bit slow for a live demo. But then all we have to do is go to our IDE, connect to the debug port, remote debug port, and we'll be remote debugging our application that is running in Kubernetes anywhere in the cloud or locally on our desktop. Did it even come up in our IDE? It did. You guys probably can't see this. I can barely see it. Remote. Do whatever. Apply. Okay. Yeah. and then do debug. We can see right here that it's connecting. It connected to our debug port. And now if we come over here, curl. Now if I hit this endpoint, it should, no. I don't know what happened. This is a live demo. But I should be able to do the remote debug. I don't know what happened, but that's it, all right?